Hi, everyone. Welcome to Avail's Landlording U series, where we break down everything you need to know about managing your rental easier. Hi, I'm Zach Lemaster, the founder and owner of Rent to Retirement. And over the past decade, we've managed thousands of investment properties across the country and really determined the best approaches that set ourselves and our investors up for success, which we're super excited to share with you guys today. So I'm going to break down what an LLC is, the pros and cons of putting your properties under an LLC, and how to decide if it's even the right step for you. So let's go ahead and get started. What is an LLC? An LLC is a limited liability company. It's a type of business structure that legally separates out your personal assets from your rental business and vice versa. And it can even separate out individual properties if that's the way you decide to set up the business. In simple terms, if your rental property is owned by an LLC and someone sues you over a property related issue, only the LLC's assets are at risk, not your personal savings, your home, or your other investments. And that's why so many landlords consider forming an LLC. In fact, it's one of the most common and recommended practices that we use in our business. We have multiple LLCs for multiple investment properties. In some instances, we'll put one property under an individual LLC. This is often when we have a more expensive property or a property with more equity exposure, we'll have an individual LLC. There's many different ways that you can structure your portfolio under things like a series LLC, under land trust. You can have one main LLC with multiple LLCs or trusts underneath those. And of course, we recommend speaking with an attorney to determine what is the best specific plan based on your goals and your needs. But absolutely every single asset that we own is an LLC because just like we talked about, we want to separate out our own investments from each other and from our business, from our personal wealth and assets. And that's really important, mainly from a liability standpoint. Pros and cons of an LLC. Starting with the benefits, the biggest one is liability protection. If your rental is owned by an LLC, only the LLC's assets are at risk in a lawsuit, not your personal savings or home. There are also tax advantages. Depending on how you set it up, you may qualify for a pass-through taxation and additional deductions. Plus, an LLC can make you look more professional when dealing with tenants, lenders, and business partners. But there are downsides too. Forming and maintaining an LLC also costs money. There's certain regulatory things that you have to be aware of. You have to have separate bank accounts for the LLC. And you also have state fees and filing requirements that vary depending on where you live. The main important thing when considering an LLC is to set it up appropriately. I can't encourage you to do that enough. You have to set up the LLC appropriately and understand how to maintain the LLC year after year. If you don't maintain the LLC, that could put you at exposure for risk that you're trying to avoid in the first place. LLCs can also complicate financing. Some lenders won't approve loans for properties owned by LLCs or may require you to personally guarantee the loan, limiting your liability protection. And if you own multiple rentals, you may need separate LLCs for each one to maintain full protection, which adds more paperwork and expenses. When to move your rentals into an LLC. An LLC isn't necessarily for every landlord, but it makes the most sense in these situations. Number one, you own multiple rental properties. More properties means more risk, and an LLC can help limit your liability. Second, your rental property is in a high litigation area. If you rent in a city or state where tenant lawsuits are more common, having an LLC can provide extra protection. Number three, you want to protect your personal assets. If keeping your personal wealth separate from your real estate business is a priority, an LLC can certainly help to ensure that. Number four, you plan to expand your rental portfolio. If you're thinking long term, setting up an LLC early can help make scaling over time easier. On the other hand, if you're just starting with one rental and don't face significant legal risks, you might be fine without an LLC, at least for right now. And our final recommendation, if you own multiple rental properties or want added legal protection, an LLC could be a very smart move for you. If you're just starting out with one rental property, weigh the costs and benefits carefully before making a decision. Either way, understanding your options is key to protecting your investments. If you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe to Avail's channel for more landlord tips. And if you want more guidance, check out our landlord resources in the description below. If you want to connect with me personally, go ahead and check us out at renttoretirement.com. That's rent, toretirement.com, where we put out a lot of available resources helping you find the best investment properties across the country. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.